Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? Richie's in here being nudie, showing her legs.
No.
Moderation helps everyone. To what does that say? To build a positive live chat experience for you and your viewers, choose how you can participate. Just can I close that? And how is that? Let me get this a little higher off of the showing the leg down there. What's this? Showing blue bloomers?
I know.
How come I look so dark? Hello, Mr. Kyle. We're adjusting the lighting here real quick. Rithy's showing leg.
Stop. No, I'm not. No, what did you do? Stevens.
Rithy's showing leg down there.
Stop it. You just obviously are proud of my legs.
Now, how come it went dark like that? Oh, because I put my hand in front of it. It has to readjust now.
Is it going to readjust? Is the lighting going to readjust?
It will eventually.
Looks awfully dark on this side.
Well, sorry, folks. Camera is being crazy. But anyway, so
good morning, everybody.
I don't know why it's so dark. Can you see it?
Oh, Rick is here.
Mr. Rick.
Rick is here.
Rick is here. Does that sound like a ricochet?
You got home 2 hours ago after driving 900 miles. Oh, just got home. I need to put my glasses on. This is James. Just got home 2 hours ago after driving 900 miles. Went to Colorado and back.
Yeah, I can't. I could go out today, but AJ's gonna be home on Thursday. So
can we trade spots so I can read the comments, please?
Those are my glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Cranky. Richie's showing leg, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me trade spots.
I don't know what she's doing running around in the road.
Because I just got out of the shower. That's why.
What are you doing in the shower at 12 o'clock in the afternoon?
It's not 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
See, now I'm invisible.
We're very uncoordinated on our lives.
Richie just wants to hog the whole place. Can't see nothing.
We're very uncoordinated on our lives. Okay, went to pick up a motorhome in Colorado Springs yesterday. That's for James Ewing.
Look, you can push my coffee where I can't reach it.
No, and Rick says I got Bob fixed and have been busy cleaning up. Buck says, hello, hope all is good. Videos working on truck have been good. Well, thank you, Mr. Buck. Barrett, we're still uncoordinated, but anyway.
We're uncoordinated.
That's just
we're like coordinated, uncoordinated.
Rain, James tells us that rain has been insane. Everything is flooding. Yes, we had a very rainy morning here.
Yeah, I just crawled out of bed and had a three, what do you call it? 3-side breakfast.
Oh, Stephen made an incredible breakfast this morning. But yeah, it's been a very, very, very rainy.
I was going to get up, but I woke up to rain hitting the window, so just kind of rode back over.
It's
Rich is like, rolled over and did what?
Stop! I didn't say that. It's been extremely rainy here too. So I went to get a plasma cutter so that I can start fixing my rusted out equipment. Oh, that's from Mr. Rick. A plasma cutter. Okay, that sounds like a high-tech piece of equipment.
It's made for cutting metal.
It is made for cutting metal. So, yeah, if you're wondering why I'm in a bathrobe, it's because I had to run and get in the shower real quick because Steven does this to me almost every live. He says, I'm going live. And he doesn't give me any prep time or anything. So he just says, I'm going to go live.
She was running around duty.
Stop it. You don't have to say everything you know. And so it's very frustrating. I mean, some people like
she admitted it. She was running around duty.
Stop. That's not appropriate.
She was. She was cooking in the... Oh, you don't cook.
No.
So I must be telling the story.
Yeah, you are telling a story. An electric version of a cutting torch. So
how do you like my tan? I've been working on it all since spring. Big belly and all.
Yes, my robe does say guest on it. Yes, that's right. Somebody noticed my
Ruthie B is my guest.
Oh yeah.
I invited her over.
Steven has a guest robe. LOL.
I invited Ruthie over for a rainy day.
That's right. My robe does say guest on it. That's right. That's funny. It actually belonged. No, I did not steal it from a hotel. I picked it up at a consignment shop.
Somebody else stole it from a hotel, and Ruthie bought it. So.
Well, I picked it up at a consignment shop for $3.
They don't sell those at hotels anyway. Those are for like massage parlors and stuff.
Oh well. Anyway,
why would you be running around with a robe on in a hotel? That's for like going to a massage parlor or a buzz parlor.
I guess somebody else lifted it and stole it, and then it was sold,
something like that.
And they sold it at a consignment shop.
Where you would have to put your robe on. So.
Oh, okay, but no, I did not have that embroidered. I picked it up for this robe was $3.
For getting a colonoscopy or something.
So I'm Steven's guest.
Yeah, Richie's my guest. I invited her in for a rainy day, so.
Let's see. Seen a semi truck sitting a lot yard underwater just below the fuel tank. James says he saw a truck sitting with water just below the fuel tank. That's bad.
Well, it's better than above the fuel tank.
So, did you get the steer tires to the shop?
I never made it. Forget yesterday, I didn't even touch the truck. Took AJ back and came home. Didn't make it home. We stopped by a restaurant and chowed down. And when we came home, I took some sinus medicine and passed out until about 4 o'clock. And I got up, made dinner, and the day was over with. So, and then I woke up today and it was raining. So, just living life. What do you do on a rainy day?
You walk around.
You enjoy your guests.
Moving on. Anyway, it just was a slow morning, so it's already almost 11 o'clock. So
I was showing up my tan, so that's what I was doing.
I like that new shirt on you.
Check out my tan.
Steven's got 2 new shirts. I like that. He had a green one on yesterday, a green denim on yesterday, and I like that.
Yeah, I ordered these from Amazon because they're denim, and I like denim and cotton, and I'm tired of getting nylon stuff. But anyway, it took 6 weeks for me to get them.
Steven ordered 2 shirts, a green denim and a blue denim, and it took 6 weeks. 6 weeks to get those shirts.
Yeah, because they shipped them United States Postal Service. You know how they are.
And Steven never, ever buys new clothes, ever. I mean, he has
that
shirts.
Means I'll be having these until I'm 80. Can you imagine me being 80 years old, flexing muscle?
Seriously, Steven has shirt.
I'm 80 years old. Well, I'm 64 this month, ain't
I? July 14th.
64 and 14 days, 15 days.
So, no.
How many days are left in this month?
Today is the 26th.
1, 2, 3, 4.
18 days.
Yeah, I'll be 64 in 18 days.
So, but Steven we've been married 23 years, and Steven has shirts that are like 20, 21 years old that he's been wearing our whole married life.
Well, I would have older ones, but you don't get to keep anything when you go to prison. So.
Oh, Rick says he never buys new clothes ever. Well, okay. So Rick, This was a $3 bathrobe, and that's why it says guest on it.
You got a bra on?
Yeah, yes.
Is it pink?
Oh.
What color is it? Oh, light blue.
So I don't buy a whole lot of new stuff either. So this was a $3 bathrobe, and that's why it says guest on it. I guess your shirts rarely have sleeves. He doesn't like sleeve shirts.
I just don't dig sleeves unless it's wintertime. Then I wear turtlenecks and long sleeves. But in the summertime, I want to breathe. My body wants to breathe.
Steven's all about
my big belly wants. I grew up in a resort in California, and in the summertime, I wore shorts. I didn't even put on shoes. My feet were as tough as a leather shoe. So I just kind of used to run around like that.
Yeah, he really likes the sleeveless shirts. That's for sure. So, but that looks good on you. And the green one, yesterday, his eyes looked so green. His eyes
was green dyed.
His eyes looked so green and so charming.
I agree with you on the climate. Sleeves hold the sweat, and you make
you miserable.
Is that a moon?
What?
His icon kind of looks like
no, it's a picture of him.
Oh, well, he kind of looks like a moon. Are you showing us the moon?
No, that does not look like a moon. That's just from where. That's his picture, and just from where.
But from here, it looks like a moon.
So now Rick, he's the one that eats iguanas. He's down there in Florida. He came onto the channel 2 years ago when we got the track loader. So when we got the track loader,
who's that?
Rick Charger Mopar. Rick, his name is Rick.
Oh yeah.
He came to our channel 2 years ago when we got the track loader.
That was an experience. I wish I had never gotten rid of that black Freightliner. That was a good truck.
But he's the one who likes to cook. All he eats is meat. He's a meat eater.
The white truck is a good truck too. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not as good a truck as that black one. That black one, I got it from the guy who bought it when it was like a year or two old. And he took care of it. And he had been an owner-operator since the 60s. And you can imagine how well he took care of that truck. So that was a really good truck. Although it was miserable in the freaking heat because I had the APU air conditioner going. I had the truck air conditioner going. I had the sleeper air conditioner going. And I had to come home and get a window unit and stick it in the window. That black truck was freaking hard to stay cool in. I can tell you that.
Oh, wait, here.
That's to my guest.
Cheers to your guest.
Be my guest.
So Rick is going to be making a video, a charger stripping video soon. My pickup truck engine is still on my patio. So I'm going to be making a charger stripping video soon. My pickup truck.
What your charger? 69.
He hasn't said yet. But let's see.
70. The big bodies were in the 70. I think it was a 69. Was it 69 the first year of the
69.
Charger?
You were right. Now, how did you guess that?
The first year of the Charger.
1969. Now, how did you guess that?
They're the collectors.
The 69 Chargers, the collectors?
Yeah,
Collected?
that's the one you want.
Mm-hmm.
See what? 69 Charger. Mopar Charger. That's the one you want right there, buddy. Yeah, you should get some views on that. Oh, I don't know. What the heck is that?
So, all right.
That's the one.
That's a 19. So we're looking at a picture of a 1969 is it Mopar Charger?
Yeah, well, it's Charger, Dodge Charger, but the company, like Chevrolet's owned by GM, Mopar owns Dodge and Chrysler.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Rick kind of stands out to me because he's the only one I know has ever eaten an iguana. He said that, that's unusual, and he only eats meat. And he says he's going to have a heart attack from all the meat that he eats. He says he's going to have a heart attack. He's going to die of a heart attack. He said that
from eating meat.
Well, because of his diet, he doesn't eat anything but meat, is what he talks about.
I was talking to Tim the other day. He's on a carnivore diet.
Well, that's what he does. Is carnivore.
I don't. People keep telling me you should do a carnivore diet, but see, I've done some dieting in the past and lost a lot of weight real fast. And I found out real quick that your body will turn on you. Remember my skin turned all crepey? My skin, my arms looked like I was like 90 years old. I mean, my skin was crepey. You could go like that and pinch it and it would stay like that. That's because when you go on a diet, and if you don't give yourself enough nutrition, your body will take that nutrition from your body, and it will go down to your bones. It'll take it out of your skin. It'll take out of everything. So you need to make sure you get plenty of nutrition when you're dieting. And when you got a big fat belly like Big Belly, you don't have no problem. So
Rick says that the best Chargers were from 1968 to 1970.
Yeah, well, I can't remember what was the first year Charger. I think I thought it was 69 was their first year, but I guess it was wrong.
But if he's going to be making a video about stripping, making a Charger stripping video, what does that mean about stripping?
Taking it down to the hull, where there's just a shell, no wires, no parts, no nothing. And then what you do is you usually give it an acid bath and strip it of its paint, and then you find out where it has any holes or rust, and then you start making all the repairs. And when you have everything repaired, then you put it back together again.
Well, he should get a lot of views on that. Now, I don't agree with you, Mr. Rick, on that. He made a comment. No, I don't agree with that at all. Being overweight is fine. If you have muscle belly fat, it's not really dangerous.
Well,
no, it's not okay to be overweight.
It's okay to be overweight a little bit. If you're 10, 20 pounds overweight, you're in the safe zone.
Well, I'm overweight, and I don't like it.
When you get, quit disagreeing with people. When you get so overweight that you're sluggish and you get exhausted real easy, that's a sign that you're unhealthy. You need to change your diet.
He's going to do a complete cut down and rebuild.
Yeah.
And then
I don't have the energy, the time, or the money to do that anymore. But I used to do in my 20s. I used to buy, fix, and sell Mustangs. I had probably 17 Mustangs at one time. I had a 49 Chevrolet short bed step side. I had a 50 short bed step side. I had maybe 5 58s, and I had a 1956 GMC short bed step side. That's what I used to do when I was a young man before I started getting into trucking. But I went through a nasty divorce and lost all my tools, and after that, I went to trucking. I've been trucking ever since.
So Edward Williams is here, and he says, wasn't 66 the first year of the Charger, 1966?
I can't remember. Here, let me look at it.
So, and then Rick says, if you have strength and energy, you're healthy.
First year of the Charger, Mopar Charger.
66.
Oh, yeah.
66.
You bring that up. My uncle had that car, and I didn't like it, but he loved it.
So Edward Williams, you are correct.
My uncle Ernie accused me of course, you imagine back in those days, I was a young man in the 70s. I think I was like 14 or 15, and I was staying with my uncle, and he said that I took his Charger out to a movie theater because there was popcorn in between the seats, and he said he didn't eat popcorn. I said, well, I didn't do it, and I don't remember doing it. I mean, I may have done it, but I certainly don't remember.
At 14, you were driving at 14?
Man, I learned how to drive when I was 9 years old. What are you talking about? I remember when we were cutting we were cutting wood in Arroyo Seco, and on the way when we opened the gate, it was still another mile up the canyon, and my dad let me get we had 3-speed on the tree, 58 Chevrolet, fleet side long bed, and yeah, he'd get over in the middle and go, and then I got to where I could drive it down the road. And man, I was driving when I was 9 years old. I drove a big bulldozer when I was 9 years old. I had like 5 motorcycles when I was 9 years old. I got my first motorcycle when I was 7.
Yeah.
And my daddy says, if you want that motorcycle, boy, you got to fix it. I couldn't fix it. He couldn't fix it either. So he went and bought a motor and put in it, and it was a 250. And I was 7 years old, and he said, that motorcycle's too powerful for you, boy. So he went and sold it and got me a Honda 100. And that was my first motorcycle. I learned how to ride.
Whereas Stephen just gave AJ's 14 now, and Stephen just gave him his first lesson on a Yamaha ATV 4-wheeler. And so that's AJ's first introduction to anything motorized as far as riding a 14 an ATV. I can't imagine him being behind the wheel of a vehicle. Rick says, I know more about Dodge Chargers than anyone. I was too short to drive until I was 16. My favorite thing to drive as a kid was my ATX ATV. Well, so again, AJ just had his first lesson on driving an ATV, but you were too short to drive until you were 16. Well, how do you know that you know more about Dodge Chargers than anyone?
He can be that way if he wants.
I'm just asking a question.
He probably does. Who knows? Do you know more than what's his name that has the Dodge Charger show? What the heck is his name?
I didn't know there was a Dodge Charger show.
Oh yeah, he had a television show. His television show don't do it anymore, but the heck is that guy's name?
The Banana Splits. Remember the show?
Yeah, I remember the Banana Splits.
Banana Splits. He says, I have rebuilt Chargers since I was 18, back in 1986. Well, you just told your age. I was 8 in 1986. If you're saying that you were 18 in 86, well, you're 10 years older than I am, because I was 8 in 86. But well, that's cool that you've been rebuilding. The ADEX ATV is like a banana buggy. Edward Williams, Buddy had the 1970
Graveyard Cars. That's who I'm
Super
thinking
B.
about. You think you got more than Graveyard Cars? That guy, he started working on Mopars when he was a kid. He's about our age. This guy right here.
Graveyard Cars guy.
Yeah.
Rick, you're 58. I'm 48 next month. I'll be 48 at the end of next month. In 1 month, I'll be 48. So yeah, you're 10 years older than I am. So Edward Williams says, Buddy had the 1970 Super B. What's this 1970 Super B?
Oh, that's they're basically the same car, the same shell. They have like different grills and blah blah blah. But the Super B and the Charger are pretty similar. Like the Dodge Coronet and all that stuff.
1986 was the last time I went to a dentist. Oh, wow. You haven't been to a dentist since you were 18 years old?
Maybe he's Gumby.
That's not, Steven, that's not even nice. That's not even nice.
Well, maybe he's Gumby and he don't have any teeth anymore.
Well, 1986 was the last time that I went to a dentist. So you were 18.
Are you reading that right?
It says right here, 1986 was the last time that I went to a dentist. So he was 18. He hasn't been to the dentist since he was 18. You'll have to explain yourself on that one. Buck Barrett says Dukes of Hazzard made the Charger probably. Oh, was that a Charger? The Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah, it was a Charger.
Oh, Oh, so the General Lee, the orange car,
yes,
with the okay, Dukes of Hazzard made the Charger probably the most famous type of the car. I didn't realize that was the General
they
Lee.
destroyed a lot of them for sure.
Coronet Super B.
Yeah, the Dodge Coronet, same body.
The hot rod version of the Charger. The Super B was Dodge's version of the Roadrunner.
Yeah.
Rick, you're telling on yourself. He says, I have not been to a doctor since 1996. Okay, so he hasn't been to a dentist since he was 18, and he hasn't been to a doctor since he was 28. I have not been to a doctor since 1996.
Well, you might have things growing in places you might not even know about.
So General Lee was
might find some penicillin somewhere.
General Lee was a 1969 Charger. General Lee, the orange car, generally.
Yeah, the 69, yeah.
So,
which is the most popular one?
So, Mr. Rick, Charger, Mopar, why, if you're why haven't you been to the doctor since 1996?
Or are you being
well, he put it out there. He says he hasn't been to the dentist since he was 18 and to the doctor since he was 28. So, I mean, he put it out there. So why not talk about it?
Well, if I put it out there, they'd come and knock on the door and arrest me. So.
But that's odd. It is. Smokey and the Bandit, Trans Am 77, Firebird Trans Am. So was that also a Charger?
Smokey and the Trans Am is a Trans Am. It's not a freaking Charger. It said right there, Trans Am, 1977 Trans Am. It was the black car with a gold pinstripe. I remember when that car was brand spanking new. I remember the first time I seen one I was in Eugene, Oregon, and I was selling joints downtown, and this guy come up and in a brand new Trans Am. Actually, his was a Formula. He came up in a brand new Formula and wanted to buy a joint, and I was really tripping out on that car. I remember it was the first time I ever seen one of those.
Well,
that was in the 70s.
Yeah.
In the 70s, everybody smoked something.
What didn't I find out the other day that a joint is called a doobie?
Yeah.
So we have, I don't think he's watching now, but we have somebody called Doobie Dobbs. That's his YouTube handle is called Doobie Dobbs. And I had no idea that doobie was another name for a joint. I didn't know that. Yeah. He's like, because he got his name because he didn't want to smoke a joint and somebody made fun of him and called him Doobie.
Yeah. I smoked so many that I had tar on my teeth. Because it has so much resin. My fingers were black from holding so many joints.
Oh my goodness! Wow, and that was well before I knew Stephen. Rick says
back in the 70s. You wouldn't even thought of yet.
I was born in 78.
Yeah, I'd already been a stoner for 7 years. Not 7 years, but
well, you're 16 years older than I am. Rick says, the doctor told me I was unhealthy due to my high cholesterol. I called my doctor a fat slob and said I will not take health advice from a blob. Okay, the doctor told me I was unhealthy due to my high cholesterol. I called my doctor a fat slob and said I will not take health advice
Here's
from a
my
blob.
phone number. They call me Bob.
Pontiac. But why couldn't you find another doctor, Mr. Rick? Pontiac Trans Am is not a Dodge.
That's right. It's not a Dodge.
Mopar was the name for the parts.
It's GM.
Mopar was the name for the parts division.
Made by Fisher Body.
Of the Chrysler Corporation, who owned Dodge, Chrysler, and Plymouth.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I have to admit, Mr. Rick, that's pretty scary that you haven't had a doctor since you were 28. That's pretty scary.
Well, I mean, come on.
I'm just saying. I mean, that's kind of unusual, don't you think? That's highly unusual.
Well, if he feels healthy and doesn't have any issues, and he can get up every day and smile and still has a mouthful of teeth, and doesn't knock people over when he breathes on them, then and he's able to function properly every day, then good for him.
Okay. All right. Well,
And he can read the newspaper. Did anybody on here know what a newspaper is?
you know, our audience is mostly people. Of course, they know.
So I remember when I first started driving truck, I used to have all the payphones all the way across the country where you could drive down the ramp and park on the ramp and take a dime and run down there and get on a payphone. I used to have all those planned out so I could make phone calls and let my peoples know where I was. Back in the day when they didn't have cell phones.
Oh, Katrina is here. Big toenail. Her name is Katrina, and she comes over from.
I got one of those.
A big
toe.
Katrina comes over from BB's Adventures channel. She's one of BB's Adventures people. She
Remember
came over
that time
to our
I
channel.
put a face on my big toe?
Stephen used it for AJ's sake. They can't see. For AJ's sake, Stephen used to draw pictures on his toes for AJ's sake, and it was funny. But her YouTube handle is Big Hangnail, and that's Katrina. And Bonnie did a special video about Katrina. She mailed Katrina a package, and Katrina had to open it up.
He's got a pay. Is it operating? Does it operate the payphone?
I have a payphone in my yard. Newspaper is what we covered the windows with before painting.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Ruthie was a paper boy or a paper girl.
Yeah, I was. I carried newspapers. I sure did. Ken Burns is here. Hello, Ken Burns. Yes, my siblings and I were of the last generation in our local area to be youth newspaper carriers. We actually had paper routes after school. Now, some people had paper routes in the morning before school, but I had an after-school paper route. And when I quit that, when I was, they never, it got to be considered too dangerous for a young person to carry newspapers anymore. So they did away with the youth newspaper carriers. But yeah, when I was AJ's age, I had a newspaper route. I have a video on my YouTube channel about my payphone. We'll have to look that up. So, he's got a payphone in his yard.
You got a YouTube channel?
Yes, he has a YouTube channel.
What is a YouTube channel anyway?
Oh, Stephen. Yes, he has. And he goes live every Saturday morning. But you know what? But he's not monetizing. He's been doing it for 20 years.
Oh, I remember him saying that.
He's been doing it 19 or 20 years for YouTube, and he's not monetized. He said they messed him up. Rick said that YouTube messed him up, and he's been on YouTube for 19 or 20 years, and he's still not monetized.
Oh, by the way, Ruthie brought it up that some of y'all said that I was wasting my money by getting new steer tires. First of all, the camera never did pick up all the damage that's done to the tires. And there is one spot that is so bad that when I'm driving, the truck goes boom, 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 boom. And that's bad. When anytime you can feel it in your truck is beating up and down and shaking the whole freaking truck. Don't tell me I don't need a set of tires. That's freaking unsafe. Them tires are not safe. I mean, they look beautiful, the parts that you guys get to see, but you didn't get the whole thing on the camera. And I wasn't going to move the truck just to show it to the camera, but those tires are shot. They got to come off. It's just really sad. It's like the third set of tires in a year and a half, and I'm sick of it. So I've done everything to do to get it right. Everything on that truck has been replaced, and it's been aligned. And but when you got people that are mounting your tires and they're not doing it like they're supposed to, what can you do? So I guess go find another place. But that all comes out of my pocket.
So yesterday, because some people do not know, yesterday we put up last night I put up a video last night, and about showing Steven's tires and how, for the most part, the tires looked great, but then there was some really bad spots on the steer tires.
It's so bad. It just, like I said, the truck goes boom, 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 boom when you're driving down the road. So.
And there was at least 3 comments where people said that Steven was
wasting your money
because they're Michelin. They're pretty much brand new Michelin steer tires. And
believe me, I try to keep every penny I can in my pocket, and I'm not going and getting tires just because I want to go get tires.
But several people,
those things are unsafe,
have said, why don't you just, the general consensus is, why don't you just wear them until they go?
I'm not going to do that.
Because they're not truck drivers.
For one, when I leave out of here after AJ's court date, I plan on running the rest of the year out, and which means up to Christmas. And I'm not going to be buying tires off the road. I take care of that stuff when I'm here. And for 2, those tires are unsafe. And, I got more than 33 years driving out here, and I could tell you when I'm driving an unsafe tire, and that's an unsafe tire. So it's coming off. I'm going to get more tires.
So don't want to miss out on these comments. Rick says that the reason why he's not monetized after 19 years of being on YouTube, 19 years on YouTube, and he says that YouTube objects to his chemistry and duck processing videos. He has made duck processing videos, and YouTube objects to that. And then he also says damaged cords in a tire can lead to an explosion. Yeah, you don't want to have your tires exploding.
I'm not taking a chance of those tires. Steer tires are too important. At the minimum, you can kill yourself or tear up your own equipment. But, it'd be horrible for me to have a blowout and then kill a family next to me, a woman and children, or anybody for that matter. I don't want to hurt nobody. Them tires are unsafe and they need to come off.
Buck Barrett, I'd rather have new tires than take a chance of tire blowing out. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's even though it's costly because they're 2 brand new.
And I got
Michelins,
one spot. So I think it's on the driver's side. It's about this big, and it's so flat that when you're driving, I'm telling you, the whole truck, boom, 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 boom. It feels like I'm driving on a square. And I ain't doing that. That's just ridiculous.
William Yoder. I'm 66, retired 8 months ago after 35 years of driving. Retirement is good, but this CDL is burning a hole in my pocket.
Well, I'm happy that you made it to retirement. I will never see retirement.
Stephen will be 64 next month, and we're nowhere close to being able to be retired. Nowhere. Edward Williams. Steer tires are way cheaper than fenders.
Yeah.
Steer tires are cheaper than fenders.
Although I've never ripped a fender off because of a blowout, but I've seen plenty of trucks sitting on the side of the road with half their hood ripped off. So.
Rick says, on my pickup, I had Michelins and one got damaged in a pothole. It was vibrating and one day exploded sitting in my driveway.
Wow.
The tires exploded in his driveway.
But that scared the crap out of you, huh?
But at least you weren't driving it, praise the Lord. And
I was in Louisiana one time, and I had an explosion, and it scared me. And I looked in the mirror, and at the same time I looked in the mirror, that belt went flying up. And when it flew up, there was this old man in a Sunday morning drive, and it was coming right at him. He was like, "Rrr, rrr, rrr." I was surprised he didn't wreck. And I go, "Wow, sorry about that, buddy." That guy must have a freaking heart attack. He was right next to that thing when it blew up.
That is scary.
It scared me up in the cab. And he was driving right next to it. It must have scared the crap out of it. The guy threw his cup of coffee in the back seat. Ah!
So tires are nothing to mess with, and so here's the thing.
I don't believe in recaps, even though I've had recaps. In fact, when I bought this truck, it had Michelin recaps.
But they're Michelin, so.
And you know what? Them tires actually weathered before they wore out. They had weather cracks in them before they wore out. But I never seen a recap tire wear like that. So I guess if you buy a high quality recap tire like Michelin, and they're recapped by Michelin, I guess it might be worth it. But
But we
I've seen so many recaps on the road, and like my Cadillac, it's only this high off the freaking ground. Imagine if I hit a recap with that thing and tear the whole front end out from underneath it.
so we're talking about this because from our video yesterday, there was just Stephen was showing some flat spots, but the rest of the tire was really good. But he was showing some flat spots, and several people have said just drive it until it completely wears out. You're just going to be throwing your money out, but you believe in safety. I mean, obviously, you have to believe in safety for the flat spots on a steer tire. The flat spots on a steer tire.
I don't want to kill anybody, and I don't want to tear my equipment up. You know, it's not safe.
So guess who's here? Chad and Allie. I'm not sure if it's Chad or I'm not sure if it's Allie, but Floating Gears is here. Shout out to Chad and Allie, or Chad or Allie from Floating Gears. They just reached their first step in monetization. They have, I think, 1,200 subscribers now. So go to Floating Gears Trucking. Check them out. Chad and Allie Rankin. They are here. Hello, Ruthie and Steven from Chad and Allie. So they have done very well to reach their monetization so far. Rick says, when the tire blew, my cat was sitting on me and scratched me getting away. Like when the tire blew up, the cat scratched the heck out of him.
Well, Coleman's offered a set to me for 17 something. But the only reason why I'm not going to go back to them is because they don't ever clean the rims. They don't even take the rims off the truck. They just take the tire off. They didn't take the lead nut covers off or anything. They just take the tire off and slam a new tire on. And I believe that might be what's going on, because they're not cleaning the rim, getting the old rubber off of there so that the beads will sit on the rim like it's supposed to.
So it's Allie. Chad must be driving. Allie, she says that we have Michelins on the front of our truck, and they were about $1,800.
That's what I just said.
For
I was talking about
for the two. $1,800 for
Coleman's
the two.
would give it to me for 17 something. It's pretty close to 18, but
Edward Williams, no recaps here.
It's not worth it if they're not going to mount them on there right. YouTube is awesome to tell you. When I first showed him, he said, those tires aren't mounted on there right. And I didn't quite understand what he was saying, but when I got on the internet and they talked about how those beads have to set up against the side of that wheel correctly, it started making a lot of sense. So, yeah, if you don't clean that rim, get all that residue from the old tires off of there, when you put the air in your tire and it's supposed to go up to the edge of the rim and lock in, it's not capable of getting all the way to the edge because of all the old rubber being built up in there. So, I'm gonna go somewhere else.
You all, I'm very proud of Chad and Allie Rankin. They let me know the other day that they are in their first phase of monetization. Their first phase. They still can't get ad revenue yet. They still have 1,000 hours they have to do before they can get ad revenue. But they can go live and get super thanks, and they can get money that way. So they have had their 1-year anniversary last month on YouTube, and have gone up greatly in their numbers. 1,200 subscribers, I believe, Allie. So check out Floating Gears.
In case y'all don't know, AJ will be home on Thursday, and that'll be the last time he ever has to go back to that place, and he'll be with us for good. And when he gets here on Thursday, he can. I would go out, but I have court. That's not only court, but Tim told me to give him a call. So Malibu closes down for the week of 4th of July. And so that's the same time AJ is coming back. So I have to call Tim and see if they have any boats. If they have any boats, we'll go out. If not, I'll be here until the court, which is the 14th. And so I'm hoping I can get out, though. Once AJ gets back on Thursday, I'm hoping. So.
Yes, thank you, Allie. Praise God that AJ is coming home. So yes, so today is. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna date stamp in my video because I always do that. Today is Friday, the 26th of June. It's 6/26/26. 6/26/26. Had to get that in there. Yesterday is when we took AJ
I'm just checking out the guests, making sure the guests are okay.
Oh, Steve.
The guests.
The two guests.
The guests.
The guests.
Plural guests.
Okay. All right. All right. So we took AJ
Making
back.
sure the guests are okay.
Okay. You're making me embarrassed. But
Are you putting your blush on?
no, you're making me blush. Checking out the guest. Peek at the guest.
Well, I seen the guest. I was like, oh, guest.
But so we took. Yeah. Stop.
Well, it's a rainy day, and we got the house to ourselves and not working on anything other than the guests. So,
Yeah, we woke up and it was just raining, and well, you kind of make use of a rainy morning, right? So, oh, everybody's laughing at you checking out the guest. And it is funny that I'm wearing a robe that says guest on it. It is funny. And no, I didn't steal it from a spa. I did not.
No, she bought it from the people that stole it.
I bought it from a consignment shop, and they probably stole it from a spa. Because why would you have a robe that says guest on it? So I guess
what do they do at the spa? They check on the guests.
Well, I'll tell you what, it is nice that my husband is interested in me. It is nice that my husband still loves me after 23 years. So in August, we'll be married 23 years in August. And he tells me
8 o'clock coffee with a hint of chocolate.
So
is the drink of the day.
Well, so we're still very much in tune to each other, like newlyweds, I guess. So.
Well, that's the thing about being a truck driver. We get too tired of one another when you don't see each other for long times at a time. That's why AJ's going with me, so he can stay in good standards with his mom.
That's funny, Allie. She said he's just being a good host by checking on the guests.
That's right. I'm doing my duty. Doing my duty. Oh, by the way, I've been putting some hair formula on my hair lately, trying to get it to grow because I've been going bald. So, looks like it's doing all right. What do you think?
Well, actually, I don't really see a difference.
Well,
I mean, I don't.
Y'all can't tell my hair's growing a little better?
Nope. And I live with you, and I can't tell. So,
Well, when you live with somebody, that's generally when you can't tell. It's when you hadn't seen, like when AJ walked in the door, first thing you notice is he was 2 inches taller. You see what I'm saying? That's the way things are. When you wake up and look at somebody every single day, then nothing changes because you're looking at them every day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, if I turned green, you would notice.
Maybe I'm colorblind. So.
When AJ walked in the house,
I can't see greens, browns, and reds.
You shouldn't be saying that as a truck driver.
Well, I was just going to finish before you rudely interrupted me. I can't see greens, browns, and reds, and that's certain shades that I can't see. I can't tell them apart. So greens, browns, and reds, and it's certain shades. I could tell the yellow and the green on the lamp. I mean, as a truck driver for 33 years. Yeah, I'd be in trouble if I couldn't, right?
Yeah, but I mean, if the wrong person heard you say that you were color.
But they take color tests when you go get your CDL. So if I couldn't tell the difference. So,
But but if they ever changed
it's greens, browns, and reds, and it's certain shades.
Yeah. But obviously you can tell on a traffic light the intensity of the light.
Yeah, they're a different shade. You have the dark one is the red one, the little lighter one is the yellow, and the brightest one is the green. And it's usually to the left, to the right, or from the top to the bottom. They generally don't have the green on the top and red on the bottom, and they generally don't have the red over to the right and the green.
They would mess up a lot of people if they started changing that. Not just colorblind people, but a lot of people. If they started changing, they would a lot of people. But anyway.
Yeah, so sometimes I'll be wearing sunglasses and I can't tell that if it's green or what, but I could tell by where it's sitting on the lamp which one it is.
So Rick says you should see my hair. So what's going on with your hair, Rick? He said you should see my hair. Do you?
Probably got it down to his butt.
No, he does not have hair down to his bottom.
I was gonna show you a picture with hair, but I don't know where my pictures are. So.
Which picture are you talking about?
Well, the only one you have with hair would be the one that I had done. It's a black and white.
I don't know which picture you want. We had some old pictures.
I didn't know these pictures were over here. I don't know where anything is in his house. I don't live here.
All signals have to follow. All signals have to follow an MUTCD standard. What is that? MUTCD. All signals have to follow. And Stephen, what does MUTCD stand for?
I have no idea.
Rick, what does MUTCD stand for? Allie, is the hair cream working? Well, Steven says it's working.
I hope it's working. Stuff isn't cheap.
So he's looking through some old pictures that you guys later lunch over a nice. See you guys later lunch over a nice weekend. All right, well, we'll catch you later, Mr. Ken. Thank you for coming by. I guess he's going to have lunch, and he's going to go.
See you, Mr. Ken.
Thank you for coming by.
So say hello to the doll on your way out.
Manual of Uniform Traffic Control Devices. That's what it stands for. Manual of Uniform Traffic Control Devices. That's what MUTCD stands for.
Oh, yeah, that's that picture right there, but it's not big enough to see. That one right there.
Yeah, oh yeah, but that's not big enough to show everybody. And it's I have a traffic signal collection too. So you have a payphone in your yard, and you have
look at these thugs.
Oh yeah, but okay,
that's me in the middle there.
That's Stephen in the middle.
And my brother Jimmy and my cousin Tommy.
Well, put it back out there a little quick. Oh, yeah.
I just did. I didn't hear it. You put it out there.
So that's Stephen in the middle. Look how cool my husband looks. Look at his hair. How old were you in that picture?
I have no idea. 10 maybe. 11.
He looks like one cool young man in that picture.
Something like that.
So
I was in grade school, I think.
So
that was in the 70s.
Rick sounds like a pretty interesting guy. He's got a payphone in his yard, and he's got a collection of traffic signals too. He sounds like a pretty interesting person.
Or was that in the 70s? It might have been in the 60s.
Well, you were born in 62.
That could have been the early 70s.
You can see one of my traffic lights next to my payphone and air station.
I still stand like that today. It's funny how you get a posture. See that? I still lean like that today.
Yeah, he does. He does. He does.
In fact, my uncle I hadn't seen since I was I don't know, since I was in elementary school, and he's seen a picture of AJ. He says he's got shoulders just like you. I remember that. Like, wow.
So Cheesecake is here. Mr. Cheesecake, welcome back.
We had
Cheesecake is here.
because
Hello.
my diet is in violation right now. We had
bye, Allie. Allie's leaving. Bye, Allie.
Fried eggs, fried taters, and onions with cheese melted over the top of it, and this bacon. It was like this freaking fat. I mean, it was huge. This bacon strips were like that. Anyway, you only got 6 to 1 package. We had that. We had bacon, potatoes, and eggs this morning.
Yeah, that fried potatoes is definitely not keto. Definitely not.
What you do for your guests.
So Chad and Allie are gone. Thank you for joining us.
Later, y'all.
And cheesecake.
Be safe out there.
It's okay to eat cheesecake anytime you want. Well, is it okay? Is it okay to eat cheesecake anytime you want?
You like it when I eat cheesecake, don't you? Yeah, Ricky likes it when I eat cheesecake.
Okay. He's talking about cheesecake.
I like cheesecake.
But well, he violated when AJ came home last week. Welcome back
But
home.
I put that strawberry crap on it. You know, it's not fresh. I like fresh strawberries.
Fresh strawberries.
But this strawberries that came in the package, and I put for him, I put it on there, and I couldn't get that taste out of my mouth for several hours. That was nasty. Yuck! I destroyed that. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I like cheesecake by itself. Even the crust, I don't even care for the crust. I just want the cheesecake.
I really like that shirt on you.
Yeah. You want me to check out the guests some more? Woo, woo.
Steven, this is supposed to be family friendly.
Well, I am. I'm not pulling anything out. Just making sure the guests are okay and they're nice and comfortable.
My husband loves me.
No, those people are our guests. They're in our home. I'm checking on them. That we're making sure they're okay. So yeah, they gave us 5 likes. Isn't that nice of them?
Yep, we have 5 likes. My favorite cheesecake is the New York style.
Yeah, I like it too. Yes, sir, Remo Bobber.
So I had a piece of key lime pie yesterday. Stephen and I went to a local restaurant after we took AJ back yesterday. When we came back through the area, we went to a local barbecue joint, and we each got a piece of pie to bring home to have our coffee with. And I had not had key lime pie in a long time. And I really did enjoy that key lime pie. That was good. That key lime was. And yeah, I see that 3 more people just hit the like button. I just see that. So if you have not,
appreciate that 3 more peoples.
Yeah, if you
are pleasant guests.
If
I like pleasant guests.
If you all have not hit the like button, please go ahead and do that right now. That certainly helps our channel when you hit like.
All signals have to follow the
I've already read all that.
MUTCD standard.
He's already explained all that. So it's they call that the Manual of Uniform Traffic Control Devices. So number 9, somebody just hit like. We got number 9.
Well, he's pretty smart.
Well, yeah, he's a very interesting character. He goes live every Saturday.
And he's got a payphone in his yard.
Yeah, payphone. Wow.
I'll have to stop by and use his payphone one of these days.
He's all the way at the bottom of Florida.
Are you?
I think I think he's close to where you
down by Homestead.
He's at the bottom of Florida. So anyway,
I like the bottom of Florida. I also like the top of the Panhandle too. I like the bottom of Georgia, and I like the bottom of Alabama. I like those areas. If I ever had enough money to move somewhere, I'd probably move. I don't really want to move into Florida, but around the Panhandle somewhere, I like that. I like the Panhandle. I don't care for it over in Louisiana. That's going too far west. But I do like Alabama and Georgia and the Panhandle area.
So talking about Louisiana. So that new
I like the state of Louisiana. That's a really cool state. I like Louisiana. I just don't like the coast of Louisiana. It's too populated.
So that reminds me of what's coming out of the whole Baton Rouge and about that pastor that was jailed in Baton Rouge. That pastor who he beat up. I mean, he literally physically assaulted a neighbor. Because the neighbor.
I would have done the same thing.
Because the neighbor was threatening to rape his wife and kill his wife and children.
Yeah, well, anybody would do that.
So the neighbor was saying, "Hey, I'm going to rape your wife and kill your children." He
better be glad he's still breathing today.
And so the pastor beat him up physically. I mean, like he had to have stitches, and so he was thrown in jail for assault. And because the man was threatening to rape his wife. That happened out of Baton Rouge. When you said Louisiana, it just reminded me of that. So that's not right that a man should be put in jail.
Remember that one guy we used to watch that had the church channel in Louisiana?
Oh, I didn't really know he was out in Louisiana.
Yeah, it was right there. Right on the water.
So what do you all think? Do you think that, I
I
mean,
got those bracelets or whatever.
oh yeah.
Crosses.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. So I think that because he was a pastor, they were trying to make a political statement because he was a pastor, and they wanted to put a pastor in jail. In fact, let's just pull that up right quick. So because it was pretty sad, to tell you the truth. I mean,
Well, I thought he did the right thing. In fact, I thought he went a little easy on him myself. So if he did that to me, he wouldn't even be walking.
Pastor.
Neuter that dude.
Let's see.
Say, rape my wife and my daughters and my grandkids. Yeah, I'd be in prison for the rest of my life.
Pastor jailed in Baton Rouge. I forgot his name. Let's see. Tony Spell. His name is Tony Spell. Police reports detail disputes before pastor threw punches. So it was in Baton Rouge. His name was Anthony Spell. He attacked a neighbor for threatening to rape and kill his wife. He was arrested for assault.
That's exactly right. He's fortunate he's still alive today.
Buck Barrett says,
you threaten anybody's family like that,
pastor or not, he has the right to defend his family.
You threaten anybody's family like that, you better be glad you're still getting a second chance.
But I mean, that shows you the ridiculousness of it, is that he is going to be put in jail, and not the one who said that he was going to rape.
Everything AJ is in trouble with is because he was running his mouth at schools threatening the freaking teacher. And this guy can say he can rape his wife, his daughters, and his grandkids, and then come back and kill them. And the pastor the one's in trouble. I don't think that's not right. You know how it is here in America.
Yeah. So one of the things that AJ was charged with was he made physical threats against his teacher 2 years ago. He said he was going to kill his teacher. Well, check it out, you all. So there is no tolerance in the school system. There's no first or second chance. If you say that you're going to kill your teacher or a student, they give you charges. And he was charged with second-degree terroristic threatening. And then that's how he got into the juvenile system, because he was threatening to kill his teacher.
That's my mama right there. Y'all see her down there gambling? That's my mama.
But anyway, so that's when our nightmare.
That was my brother Daryl Jean. He was an alcoholic. He started early. See him sucking on the bottle.
The bottle.
He's sucking on the bottle.
The milk bottle.
He died of alcoholism. He started real early.
But yeah, in the local school system, because of everything that happened with Columbine, when all that school's violence started with Columbine.
Armand and Carolyn, that's them right there. That's about the last time I seen them when they were that young.
When they were that. But yeah, so
and I was probably about that age. Right
you
there.
can't even make a threat at all in school, and you can't, they'll anyway. So that's what AJ's charges was a second-degree terroristic threatening. So RJKS Trucking says, love you all.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks.
Well, I think you're a lovable person.
I think your guests are okay.
So shout out to RJKS Trucking. Well, we're glad you're here, RJK. We're glad you're here. But yeah, but hopefully.
Look at that. I was a boat hauler when I was a young guy. Look at that. Float your boat. Look at that.
Let me see which picture.
Yeehaw! In the boat right there. I remember that. Actually, that was in San Bernardino, California.
Oh, he's in a boat.
We're in San Bernardino, California, and that was on Highland Street. I remember that day when we went to. It's funny how I can't remember anything, but I can remember getting in that boat.
So put it back up to be more specific.
They can't see. That's a blurry picture.
Okay, so he's in a boat.
Yeah, it was a circus. Circus came to town. We actually had the first McDonald's there too.
Oh yeah, Stephen has told me about that. The very, very, very first McDonald's ever.
Yeah.
Was in your area.
San Bernardino.
San Bernardino, the very, very first McDonald's ever. So that must have been pretty special.
Well, I can remember it. I remember it. I also remember the first time I seen Ronald McDonald fly in on a helicopter.
Really?
Yeah.
So
back in the '60s, they had the big bubble type of helicopter. He flew in on a helicopter
as a stunt person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember those days.
So
I remember some of that stuff. I don't remember. I remember one time my brother and I were on the roof, and we went to get down, and you have to jump down onto the washer and dryer because out in California you don't have to put anything on. Everything stays dry, even outside. So, but anyway, so he jumped off the roof. I'd already got down, but he jumped off the roof, and when he jumped off, there was a board with a nail sticking straight up, and he jumped off on that board, and that nail went through his foot. He landed up on his butt and said, "Ah, ah." That was almost. Man, I'm telling you what, it was pretty hilarious. That
reminds me. You got to tell the story about Jimmy flopping down in the chair. Oh, you got to tell that story.
So my brother liked to. Bam! I have an 830 or 40 credit score. Freaking people won't leave me alone. Anyway. So my brother laid ownership on this chair, and anyway, so he did something to me. I can't remember what it was, but I figured I was gonna pay him back. So I took a big old sewing hook needle, about like that.
I know what he did. You got tired of him wiping his boogers everywhere.
Well, yeah, he used to wipe his boogers all down the side of the chair, and anyway, so I told him to quit doing it, and he started beating up on me, and I said, "Fine, I'm gonna tell on you for wiping boogers on the side of the chair." And so he went to the bathroom. While he was in the bathroom, I got one of them big hook sewing needles, and I stuck it down. It had a what do you call that? Where you weave yarn. It had a yarn throw blanket on it. Anyway, there was
an Afghan.
No, it was a yarn sewed blanket. It was a blanket made of yarn.
Okay.
Anyway, so that was laying on the chair. So I stuck that hook needle down in that yarn, and he always would come in and jump up in the air and be flying in the air, and his butt would hit the chair, and the lounge chair would kick the foot out, and it would go back, and he would lounge.
Recliner, is it?
A recliner. So yeah, he was doing that, and he jumped up, his butt hit that chair, and it looked like he never even landed on the chair because his butt went down to that chair, and it went straight back up, and it was the funniest thing in the world. I died laughing. He was beating me up, and I was still laughing. It was so funny. Yeah.
Speaking of Jimmy, he's right. That's his birthday. That was
me and my brother. Me and my brother were always killing each other.
Oh, you got to tell them about the story about how you set a house on fire or something on fire.
Oh yeah.
And you blamed Jimmy, and Jimmy got in trouble for arson.
Gosh. So anyway, since you brought it up, but anyway, so that we had an abandoned house next to us, and it had this big garage. I mean, it's huge. It was made of wood. And I go in there, and I found a gallon of mercury. And I was like, I didn't know what it was at the time. And I was like, wow, what's this? This is really, really freaking cool. And I poured it out on the ground, and I kicked it, and you could put it back together. And it was a trip. And I said, well, I wonder what it looks like on fire. And I found a can of gas and I poured it on there. I lit it up and I said, whoa, man, I better put that out. Well, I wanted to kick it to put it out. And it just went poof all over the wall. And I ran and went to the house and Mom, I said, Jimmy started the garage on fire next door. And she called the fire engine, fire department. They come out and put it out. And anyway, Jimmy got a really big spanking for that. And I think I finally told my mom that I did it. I think just a few years ago, right before she died. So
that you, after all these years, you confessed to the ones that you had the arson that you set it on fire. But to be clear, it was an abandoned house.
Nobody we were always doing something to each other.
So Mr. JRK says, I'm a dump trailer owner operator out of Charlotte, North Carolina. I am cracking up watching you two.
Yeah.
So apparently we're good for comedy relief. Apparently,
yeah.
You're a pretty funny person. Oh, tell them about how AJ finally discovered that you're a funny person.
Oh, well, funny. AJ didn't have the camera. He didn't have the camera, but and I didn't have him do it because I was tired. Teaching a kid how to work on stuff is a job all by itself. And so, I just wanted to get the door done. And because I'd already spent 2 days on that door and 3 days on that bed. So that's 5 days I spent just getting the truck ready for AJ. And I ain't got to my regular stuff, change the oil and the filters and all the tires and all the fifth wheel. I haven't even got to that yet. So anyway, so I was being focused on finishing off the door. And, and I like to entertain myself. And I got the weather stripping that goes around the door, and when you push it on there, it spreads out. So before I put it back on, I got the pliers and I was squeezing it, and I go, what was the word that I was using?
I wasn't there. I didn't see
pinch.
It.
I was going pinch, and I did that like 100 times. So, pinch, and I would pinch. And AJ says, "You're pretty funny. You entertain yourself." I said, I learned how to entertain myself. People said all the time, they said, well, isn't it boring being out there on the road by yourself? I said, well, how in the world could it be boring? I said, there's me, myself, and I, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. Is actually pretty crowded up in that truck when you stop to think about it.
But the beauty of that moment was that it was not on YouTube. Nobody was filming anything. I was in the house. I didn't even know that it was happening. And Stephen was just doing his thing to the truck, and AJ was out there. So it was not for entertainment purposes for YouTube.
But I'm always entertaining myself. So
so nothing caught on film, and AJ was just observing his dad being funny. And AJ said, yeah, you're pretty funny, Dad.
Well, you got to entertain yourself.
Mm-hmm. Well, so we appreciate RJKS Trucking saying that we crack him up.
Yeah, keep it down.
Talking about
don't have your crack up. We don't want that on it. We'll be in big trouble.
Don't have your crack up.
Keep it down in the chair. I'll be putting your crack up. I already got your guest out here.
So talking about cracking up, Stephen was making fried eggs this morning, and he was cracking eggs, and we had a double yolk in our eggs this morning.
Yeah.
We had
and it looked like two perfect butt cheeks down there, yellow butt cheeks.
So it's been a long time since I've seen a double yolk egg. It's been a long time.
And Richie says, what does that mean? That means we got twins.
Twins in the frying pan.
Twin guests.
Stephen, he can't stop looking at me. Well, you must really like me.
Yeah, it's all in your head.
Okay, now. So we had twin yolks. We had twin yolks in the frying pan this morning with a double yolk egg. So that was pretty funny. But
this is what you do on a rainy day, ladies and gentlemen. You enjoy your yolks, double yolks, your twins. Lay around.
There's not much you can do on the truck on a rainy day, so.
Well, I could. I've worked in rainy days many times.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has.
If y'all remember, just last winter, I was overhauling my motor in the winter in Utah. Only thing is I was overhauling a motor that didn't need to be overhauled, but I didn't know that until I discovered what was wrong with it. So.
Oh, Mr. Woodrow is here. Good afternoon. Yes, it's 7 our time. It's 7 minutes to noon on our time. Almost
Wow.
high noon.
It's almost time to get up.
7 minutes to noon. So Woodrow, good afternoon.
Get up and make some breakfast.
We just had breakfast. We were talking about our double yolk eggs.
Oh yeah. I'll have to make something.
Oh, by the way,
I got some chicken. I could make something with chicken.
Stephen, for those of you that do not know, but maybe most of you watching do know, that Stephen is a fantastic chef. I am spoiled.
Boyardee, that's me.
I am
Chef Boyardee.
I'm spoiled to the core. I am spoiled because I am kitchen cleanup. I do all the dishes and cleaning up all the cooking messes, all the pots and pans and frying pans.
Yeah, I cook and she cleans it up.
And we've been doing that for 23 years, almost 23 years. Well, the first year of marriage, I tried. All these recipes.
She was hanging out in the kitchen with me. And I was showing her how to make fried chicken. Well, she wasn't paying very good attention. So I was at work. And
this was before Stephen became
the next day, I said, "What are you doing?" So I made you some chicken. So she packed me some chicken the next day. And I got lunchtime. I went to the lunchroom, got my chicken out. And we had just got married, so
we were newlyweds.
So the people there said, "Hey, would your wife make you some lunch?" I said, "Yeah, she made me some fried chicken." And I bit into it, and I was like, "Ah!" And I spit it out. It was freaking raw. And I said, "Man, she's trying to freaking kill me with raw chicken." So I got home. I said, "Just tell me how you made that chicken." So she said, "Well, I couldn't find any flour, so I used pancake mix, and I put the eggs and the spices in there like you showed me." I said, "Yeah." I said, "So how did you fry it?" "Well, I put it in the pan with grease like you said." I said, "And where was the temperature?" I don't know, high." "Oh, yeah, yeah, sure." So what you did is you put that chicken in that frying pan on high, and it was instantly done in like 10 seconds, but everything inside of the chicken was raw. It was real pretty looking chicken, but as soon as you bit into it, it was just nothing but raw. It was nasty. It's a wonder I didn't get freaking poison from that.
So that is a story from our newlywed days. Now we're coming into 23 years of marriage, and we call that the raw pancake batter chicken story. And even AJ knows that story. I let the chicken
raw pancake chicken.
I let the chicken cook very fast.
That was nasty. Boy, I tell you what.
And I didn't have enough sense to know.
I didn't let her pack me no more lunches after that.
I didn't have enough sense to know that by cooking the chicken in the hot temperatures, I thought that the chicken was done. I did, but I didn't check internally. The skin looked really good and pretty, golden brown.
Yeah, the pancake fried up. I mean, instantly.
The pancake batter made the chicken look really nice.
It was it's a pretty looking chicken, but once you bit inside, you got the surprise of blood and guts coming out in your mouth.
And so about for the first year, I tried to be little Miss Homemaker and tried to enjoy cooking.
I taught her how to make chili verde, and she actually did pretty good on it, but she forgot how to make it, and now she don't make it.
So Woodrow says, shouldn't you be moving boats? He says, shouldn't you be moving boats right now?
No, this morning I was floating my boat this morning, and then finally decided to get out of bed and have breakfast. So I was moving my boat.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for asking.
But maybe he doesn't know why you're home on an extended period of time.
So I had to be home for AJ legally. I had to be home, and then AJ's only going to be back over there for 7 days, and I could have left out and probably got a run in, but I have to go down there. So you figure that's 5 days by the time I get down there. Where am I going to go and get back in 5 days? So anyway, when he gets back next Thursday, I'll call Tim, and if I can get a run in, I should be able to get a run in between there and the 14th, hopefully. If not, but see, then Malibu's shutting down for the 4th of July. They're shut down for a week, so that's next week. You know, when AJ gets home. So I don't know if I'm going to get out or not. So,
but you did talk to Tim
I
yesterday.
will tell y'all this: when the court hearing is on the 14th, which is on my 64th birthday, I also have an interview with OIDA. We're going to do a live interview on XM radio. Is that what? We're doing a live interview on XM radio with OIDA. Post. What do you call it? Podcast. I don't know why I said post. Podcast. So I'm doing a live interview on podcast. I have to go to the eye doctor early on the 14th. I have a podcast interview with OIDA, and then I have to go to court on the 14th. And what else? Oh, and then I have a cousin coming up on the 14th. And so after the 14th, I should be able to run until Christmas. And I'm going to have to, because I haven't really got a whole lot of work in this year.
So Stephen did talk to Tim yesterday, and Tim is aware of all of our family drama. I mean,
sure.
We have a lot of family drama.
When I hired my truck on, I was in between trucking companies. And so I'm away to anyway, so I was looking for a place where I could have AJ with me. And Tim had been watching her channel and saw that what I was going through with these companies. I was trying to get on with something rigging. A Bennett-owned company. And so Ace Duran and rigging. So I was getting on with them, but they ran me around with making me do these tests over and over, and I didn't like that. So, and I passed them once, so why would I have to do them again? So anyway, I didn't dig that. And so I was getting on with Jones Motor. And everything was set up, but 2 weeks went by and no phone calls or nothing. And then when I finally started doing an investigation, I found out that most of the people work from home, and that the company was actually bought out by Bridgeway, and
it was a mess. It was
and they were supposed to find me a step deck with ramps. And 2 weeks went by, no step deck, no nothing. I'm just, forget that crap. So I went down to TRC and said, I'll just go to TRC and just book my own loads like I have been for the last 20 years. And was getting on with TRC. And mind you, all the companies that I was looking at had to allow riders, because AJ had to go with me. Because at this point, with all the problems we've had with him at home, just going to take him with me. I figured that was the only way that he was going to really have a chance in adulthood, is if I had him with me for the next 4 years. And so, and then Tim had seen our channel and hollered at me and said, hey, why don't you come over here? And, he had those contracted freight. And so I got to thinking about it. And I told TRC, because everything was done with them. I was hiring on with them. And I got to thinking about not booking my own loads and having contracted freight. And I really like that idea, because I've been booking my own loads for 20 years. And so I went over to Gentry and Sons. And I really liked hauling the boats, because, man, there's nothing to it. You just run down there and hook them up and deliver them and book on back and get another load and do it again. And it's good money too. So in a 9-month tax reported time, I probably worked 7 months out of that 9 months, and I made $156,000. So you imagine if I worked the whole year, that'd have been close to a $300,000 a year. And so that's not bad money for I mean, all you do is deliver and run back and grab another load. And so I really liked it. Now we've had a misunderstanding there for a while, and we separated, went our own ways. And then I was going to go back with Bennett.
TRC.
Well, I was going to TRC, but one of these little devil people on here called him up and told him that I was making videos with a camera in my hand, and I had. And so they said they weren't interested. With the safety department said we weren't interested because, somebody, a 33-year driver, knows better than holding a camera in her hand. That's against the law. So I said, I can't.
You had to own that one.
So I guess I can't blame you. So then I took those videos down out of our YouTube channel, and then went over to Bennett, which owns Ace Duran. And when I went on with Ace Duran, Bennett was the actual owners of the company. So I was basically hired on to Ace Duran, Bennett. And so I was going to go with them. And right when I was finalizing getting on with them, Tim called, and we patched things up between us. And so I'm back over there. And I ran for like 3 weeks with my old decals all twisted up and duct taped on, but now I got my own. But anyway, so it's just been one of those years where I haven't really got a whole lot of work in, and so after the 14th, I'll be able to put the hammer down and stay busy, minding that the truck doesn't blow a water pump.
So say this year has been extremely with all the drama, with all the court drama.
I never wanted my authority. I'm answering the question.
But may I finish speaking?
Okay, go ahead.
With all the court drama, I mean, and Stephen having home for court and all that, and when I told you that Stephen talked to Tim on the phone, Tim is very, very well aware of all of our family drama.
Oh yeah.
And he's very aware of that. And
well, all of y'all are aware of it.
Well, yeah. But Tim knows. He just said, "Well, come back when you can." And that's the beauty of being an owner operator. You're not a company driver. You're an owner operator, and you can do that. You're an owner operator, and now you can answer this guy's question about authority.
Well, thank you, ma'am. How about the guests? Are they going to?
So Wenzart says 33 years driver.
I almost fell out of my chair.
Should have had your own authority for 30 years.
Those guests were pulling me over to the right. There.
So why don't you have your own authority? Because it's me. It's my fault. Some of it is.
Yeah, well, yeah. For one, Ruthie doesn't want to do the paperwork. She has a hard time keeping up with the paperwork as it is. Ruthie is a highly intelligent human being. She has a master's and a bachelor's. She's very educated. She's not stupid, but she doesn't keep up with my truck and stuff very well. And I definitely don't want to keep up with it. And so I just lease on to somebody just to keep the paperwork away from the house. And that's the whole purpose of doing that. And so leasing on to somebody gives me cheaper insurance, and plus I don't have the headache of doing all the paperwork. And it costs me about between $20,000 and $30,000 a year to lease on to somebody else. So, it would probably cost me that to pay somebody to do all my paperwork.
So Windsor now says operator denotes having authority to haul loads, MC and DOT numbers. That's a lot to keep up with. That's a lot of paperwork to keep up with, and I am not very good with paperwork. But I'm not sure what he's saying. Operator denotes having authority to haul loads.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you can break it down however you want. I mean, I own my own truck. It's belongs to me, and I do all the maintenance, and I pay for everything. Nobody pays for nothing. It all comes out of my pocket. So I've always called myself for the last 33 years an owner operator, and everybody's always called me an owner operator. You can call me independent contractor. You can call me whatever you want. but I own my own equipment and I lease it out. So
Well, and the thing is, going back to Tim Gentry, if you were on his payroll as a company driver, you would not be able to take off all of this time. And you would not be able to handle all the things with AJ with court and all of that.
no. So anyway, I don't. I've been company driver before, and I just don't like. I don't like people telling me what to do. So I don't like people telling me where to go and what to haul.
So Glenn Hunter is here. He says, "What's up, good people?" And we love Glenn Hunter. Glenn Hunter leaves us comments on every video. In fact, he's probably like the #1 commenter, Mr. Glenn, on all of our videos.
Not a #2 commenter, but a #1.
#1. He leaves us comments on every video. So we're glad that you're here. So anyway, Windsor says that you have a fake title, that you're not an owner operator, that you're an independent contractor, that you are not an owner operator.
Okay, whatever you say.
Mm-hmm. So I thought if you owned your own truck, that makes you an owner operator.
Well, he can call me independent. I owner operator, doesn't matter. I own my own equipment, so.
And you certainly pay for all that.
And all my paperwork says owner operator, so.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, everybody's going to have their opinion on the matter, and you're not a fake person. He thinks you're fake. So,
okay.
Mm-hmm. But we're just glad that Mr. Glenn Hunter is here.
Who said that?
Windsord, he said, he's like, you are an independent contractor. You're not an owner operator. And he says, if you want a fake title, okay.
Whatever.
You're always going to get people like that, always. So what are you most looking forward to about having AJ in the truck? What are you least looking forward to, and what are you most looking forward to having AJ in the truck? Because now you got his bunk installed, and so what's going to be the best thing?
I don't know what your problem is, Mr. Wizard. You know, I've owned my own truck for over 22 years. This is my 5th truck. I own them. I take care of them. They come out of my pocket. I bought them. I paid for them. I don't know if you're trying to jerk my chain or you're trying to just be whatever. I could care less. If you can call me an independent or whatever, but I own my own equipment. Means I'm an owner operator. So, I could turn you off so I don't have to listen.
Well, now he's scaling back a little bit. He's like you're reading too much into it. There isn't a problem. So he's scaling back. He's like, there isn't a problem. He just feels like that that it's just the wrong time.
I'm not I don't run under my own authority. That's because I don't run under my own authority, it doesn't mean I'm not an owner operator.
So, I don't think he's trying to be intentionally upset.
I mean, that's what people always ask whenever they ask, do you have you run under your own authority? I said, no, but it doesn't change my title.
So, Glenn Hunter, good owner operator and a good one and a hard worker. So whether you want to call, and I don't think, I mean, Windsor says that there's not a problem. So you don't have to turn him off. He's like, just, you're reading too much into it. But anyway, we do consider Stephen, whether it's the correct title or not, we do consider him an owner operator because he pays for everything out of his own pocket. And
yeah, when you're an owner operator, you pay for everything, even mistakes. So that's like I ran into this Mexican guy in a rest area. Was it Missouri? And he tore his tarp up, and it damaged the package. And I told him, I said, you better get that freaking thing tarped up. I said, because you're going to pay for that if they see that it's untarped and it's damaged. I said, you better get it tarped up. And it was raining. I said, that stuff gets wet. You're going to pay for it because he's an owner operator. Okay. Ask me how I know.
Right.
You know, you're responsible for whatever's on your truck. And so you better get it freaking covered up. and it was machinery, and that stuff is high dollar.
Well, thank you, Glenn Hunter. Glenn Hunter is our number one cheerleader. But I want to say this, and that is that so
One time I was hauling, I forget what it was. I think it was a container, and so anytime you have something where your straps are going to be riding up next to it, you always put at least one twist in your strap, and that keeps it from doing this vibration thing when you're going down the road. Because when it's vibrating, and if it gets up against paint or whatever it gets up, it's going to tear it up. The styrofoam, I've seen it rip a freaking hole right through styrofoam. I've seen it rip plastic up. I've seen those straps tear up a lot of stuff. So you know, when you throw your straps over, you got to make sure you put that twist in there so you don't get that vibration from the wind, because those straps can tear up some stuff. They really can. And being an owner operator, you'll, if you don't know, you will find out that you're going to pay for whatever you tear up.
Oh yeah, yeah. So there are now. Stephen has done both. Stephen has been an owner operator, or according to Windsor, an independent contractor. Whatever. You have done your own thing, and then you have been a company driver. So Stephen has done both. He's done the company driver thing, and he's done the owner operator thing.
I'll quit before I be a company driver. I'll just give up trucking altogether.
So, but here's the thing: in our circumstances, in our personal life, with all the drama that we have had in our personal life regarding our child and other circumstances, there is no way that Stephen could be on the payroll as a company driver, and it couldn't work. It just could not work because now, at our expense, of course, our expense.
Quit defending this guy.
I'm not.
Yeah, and you're getting loud in my ear too.
I'm just saying, at our expense, it has cost us a lot for Stephen to be home at our expense. But
well, yeah, but so my number one reason for being home, other than other things, is AJ. I have to be here for him in order to get him back, and so that's finally coming to a close this week. And he will be back. It's cost a lot, and I've had to take a lot of time off of work. And, so you can call me homeless, or you can call me whatever you want to call me, or lazy or whatever, but I'm taking care of my responsibilities. And, my number one responsibility is to be here for my family and to be a provider for my family. And so I'm just owning up to my responsibilities, and I got to get my son back and try to teach him how to be a man, because he's knocking on the door of being a young man. So it's time to get him back before he starts heading down the wrong path and ends up making retarded comments on a channel.
So what are you most dreading? I mean, there's going to be a lot of positive things, but what is the thing that, taking him in the truck, what are you most dreading about that?
Putting him in the truck. I don't. It's a small space, and you barely have enough room to get around and do your own thing, and you have to share it with a human being. So you everything a human has to do, you're doing it together. So.
But that would be like the male bonding, father and son bonding.
I mean, I have to do what I have to do to give that boy a chance.
Right.
Obviously, leaving him here isn't the thing to do. So, and I want him to have a fair chance in life. And in order to get that fair chance in life, I believe he'll have to be with his father to get that fair chance. And so
now, to be clear, this is not, for those of you that are not aware, this is not AJ's first time in the truck. Now, when Stephen had the black Freightliner 2 years ago, AJ at age 11 and 12, he spent about 4 months, 3 or 4 months with you, and he had a bunk bed in the truck, and he spent 3 or 4 months with you before he got in trouble with the court system.
Yeah, he's been on the road with me before.
For about 4 months. So.
And he would have been with me earlier, but when I was with Elite, I was with them for 13 years. And they fought me about it. So they finally allowed him to go with me, and after he was with me, I getting the insurance because I had to get the insurance. I realized that I should have taken him with me a long time ago and just told them to fly a kite, because he's more important than who I'm leased on to. So
All right, so let's take a different twist. What are you most looking forward to with having him in the truck? Just the father-son bonding time, where you're teaching him life lessons and things in the truck. I mean, we've missed a
I
year.
just want to get him pointed in the right direction. I want him to get his mind focused on things that it should be focused on, and not just be focused on gaming and uh, girls on the internet, and learning foul language, and not ever doing anything, and not learning how to work, and just laying around and being useless. I want him to learn how to be productive. I want him to uh, learn, no matter how much you feel like being lazy, that you have to get up and work anyway. The number one thing that you have to battle in life is yourself. And you have to force yourself to not just lay around and do nothing. And you have to force yourself to make the right choices. And I want him to learn that. So because this is the time to teach him. And if he doesn't learn it, he's going to have a hard time. And, so I just want to get him headed in the right direction, so he'll have not such a bad time on his own.
So, in the year and a half that he has been out of our home, for the 18 months, that facility that he's been with has done nothing to enhance his ability to be a useful person. And in fact, AJ himself made the comment. He made the comment that it feels good to be useful, to actually do something productive, because where he's been at, all they do is just feed him.
I did find out, though, with AJ, that he's very sensitive. So, for one, he really looks up to his dad. And to him, his dad is, top dog. And he really looks up to him. And if it sounds like that I don't approve of him, it really hurts him. It really hurts his feelings. And he's very sensitive. And so I have to realize that. I have to realize just how sensitive he is to how I look at him, and that means what comes out of my mouth. And if I'm not of approval, or if it looks like or sounds like that I'm talking down to him, it really crushes his demeanor. So I'm finding that out right away, how sensitive he is. And so, because I got onto him about the way he was drilling, and he was sitting on his butt, and I told him, you get up off your butt and sit up here and put all your attention in what you're doing. You can't just be lazy and work off your butt and hold a drill. That's being lazy. And you can't be lazy and be a productive person all at the same time. I says that you need to get up here and pay attention to what you're doing. Well, that really hurt his feelings, because he thought I was talking down to him. So, I'm just going to have to be more sensitive to the fact that he's easily crushed from how I talk to him. So I got to, I'm not the very eloquent with my words. So, so I guess I got to have to learn how to be more eloquent with my words.
But where he has been at all this time, they use electronic babysitters all the time, and he's just literally stuck in front of a TV screen. I mean, that's what they do. I mean, school was out a month ago, and so he's not going. I mean, he was going to school, but I mean, they're at the facility. But now that school's out, they just stick him in front of the TV all day.
Yeah, and that's another thing. He's been in there for a year and a half, and you know what they do with him? he does nothing. He just sits in front of a freaking television all day long, and all the kids sit there in a room. It's like a C-shaped couch in front of a freaking big screen, and they just watch movies all day
All
long.
day.
And they get what, an hour? They get to go outside for an hour to go kick a ball and whatever, and that's all they do. So
Well, actually, that's not. AJ said that they are only required. Now, you all listen to this. They are only required 15 minutes of outside time.
yeah, and
15
so
minutes outside
and the
time.
rest of the time they're just sitting there watching television. So that's another thing. I got, I have to break them of what they've taught him for a year and a half just to be a freaking couch potato, and not to mention all those kids that taught him all the foul language and talk like dirt. And I understand when you're a teenager, it's cool to learn foul language, to be accepted by the crowd. But when you grow up, you leave that foul language crap behind you and stop being a teenager. And so I got to teach him how to clean up what he's learned in there and not being a couch potato too. So, but he really uh, wants to be useful. He realizes that he says it like Richie says. He realizes that he wants to be useful. He wants to be productive, and so he wants to learn. And so because he wants to learn, I believe AJ's got a really good soul, and I believe that he'll be a very successful. But he's not going to be in places like that because he didn't have a chance in a place like that. And so that's the answer to your question is that's what I want to work on. I want to head him. I want to get him pointed in the right direction.
Right, to make him a productive member of society. Right now, he hasn't been a productive member of society. Oh, and that reminds me. Let me get to this real quick. Caitlin says, "Who keeps blowing the horn in the background? Sounds like a car horn. I don't hear any horns. I don't hear any horns. She's like, who keeps blowing the horn in the background?
Richie's got gas.
No, I don't.
Let me see. Honk your horns. Oh, I don't know.
I don't hear.
Maybe UPS is trying to get me.
Were you expecting anything from UPS?
I'm always expecting something.
Ooh, look at that light coming in.
I don't see anybody.
Well, yeah, we haven't heard any horns on our part. Oh, there is something that I do want to address. I do really want to talk about this. So for the 25 people that are watching right now, the 25 of you. So there was a comment that came in. I finally had to, you wouldn't want a boy to like girls. That would be terrible. Oh, he's just turn
him off.
So you're gonna just delete that message, I guess.
Yeah, he's just being a jerk.
Just hit hide user. Hide user on the channel. Okay.
There.
All right. All right. So anyway, so now that person is taken care of, and no more stupid comments. But anyway, because we have the power to do that, we can take out.
We have the power.
We can take out. That didn't erase all of our comments, did it? Did it erase all of our? No, just that one person's comments. Okay, yeah, that one person's comments are gone now. Look at.
He was just trying to agitate people.
Yeah, we have the power to delete your comments, by the way. But one thing that I wanted to address is that talking about deleting people and removing people, talking about that. Yeah, everybody else's comments still there, so that's good. Is that I did have to take somebody off our channel the other day because they were being really ugly. The comment was made that Stephen is trying to capitalize on AJ and to put AJ in
Ricky focuses on negative.
Can I please finish? that
Because she wants to focus on negative.
somebody was saying that because Tim takes Braxton, his son Braxton, in the truck, and that because Braxton is a big part of Tim Gentry's channel and working with Tim. And by the way, Braxton is just 1 month younger than AJ.
Well, a lot of the drivers there do that. Tim does that. Casey, they take their daughter, and Simon takes his son, and
well, that's what he was saying. This guy was saying, oh well, Shaman takes his child, and Tim takes his child.
That's what he says.
And now you want to take your child, that you're just trying to cash in on
He's just trying to be like this one jerkwater. He's just trying to get people worked up, and you want to focus on them kind of people. And so a lot of people take their children on the road. Because just that's the way life is. Sometimes it's best just take them with you on the road. And for AJ, it's best for him to be with me on the road. So you can call it what you want to call it. It doesn't really make a diddly squat to me.
It has nothing to do with Braxton. Going with Tim has nothing to do with that at all. So
Braxton's a wonderful kid. So, but that's not my decision making. So.
Oh, we got another hater.
It's probably the same guy.
Cowards. I hate leftist shrimp and posers. So we got somebody else is leaving negative comments, but Braxton just turned 14 this month in June, and AJ was 14. AJ was 14 in May, and Braxton just turned 14. So that basically they're the same age. 2 different kids, but the same age. So do we need to delete this person too?
I don't know. He was just saying that's what he hates. He didn't say anything about us.
Well, I'm not sure if he's calling us cowards. I have no idea.
No, he says who he's talking about right there, Ruthie.
Okay. All right. Well,
leftists? Are we leftists? Are we shrimp? Are we posers?
But anyway, so Braxton and AJ being the same age, I'm looking forward to AJ and Braxton meeting each other. And Tim said that the other day.
Ricky, do not get yelling in my ear. I don't like that.
Tim said that the other day. He said
Ruthie gets wound up, and boy, her voice would carry right through your head.
He said that he was looking forward to AJ and Braxton meeting.
It's a 6NZ cat. My black one had a 3406. It was a 500. From the factory. This one is a 475. I actually like the 3406 over the 6NZ, and I always wanted a 6NZ, but now that I have one, I think the difference is that on the 6NZ, they improved some of the gaskets, and it doesn't leak like the 3406E. As far as the 3406E, it seemed to have it seemed like it was a better motor on the Black Cat. It was a stronger motor, had more torque, and it got pretty decent. Its lifetime average was 6.5, and that's with all idle and everything. Plus, it had an APU, so it really didn't do a whole lot of idling, but its lifetime average was 6.5. And the lifetime average of this 6NZ out here, which also has an APU, is like 6. And it just doesn't have the torque rating. It's not as strong a motor. So my preference between the 3406E, which was in the Black Cat, had a 13-speed with 343 rears, and this is a C15 6NZ. It's a 475 with a 13-speed with 343 rears, and it doesn't have the torque, and it doesn't get as good fuel mileage as the black one with the 3406E, which is really weird because they're almost identical motors. So, but anyway, that's what motor it's got in it.
Mm-hmm.
And when it broke down in Utah, and I had the pan off of it, I noticed up on the bottom of the cylinders that that it had a overhaul kit in it. So, and it wasn't a cheap one. It was a pretty good overhaul kit. So it's been overhauled
So that was a really good discovery. I mean, you were
I always thought that motor was original from
That's a
the
good
factory. I
discovery.
thought it was a virgin and never been broke open, but it's been overhauled with a, I forget, but the DJI or anyway, it's a good company to get an overhaul kit from.
So talk about that window.
What window?
The $200 window that you broke.
So I
accidentally.
know that you don't file down on glass, but I've seen it done before, and so I had the old glass that I took out of the door, and I got the grinder, and I took it down every bit of a 16th of an inch with success. And so I said, oh well, it looks like I can do it. And so I got the glass out of the door, and it just needed to come down a 16th of an inch, and I got it down a 16th of an inch. But I got overconfident, or whatever I did. I looked away, and poof. And so when you're holding that grinder, that wheel, when it's spinning, it likes to rock. And I guess when I looked away, it rocked down there and caught that glass. And so I don't know if you know about a pane of glass, but you can push on it, you can tap on it, you can do whatever you want. And glass is pretty durable. But if you get on the very edge of it and tap it, it will shatter. Well, I tapped it all right, and it shattered into a trillion pieces. And so that glass was for a 379 Pete, and so it didn't fit exactly the way it's supposed to. Now you can go to eBay, and there's these Mexican guys down in Arizona or somewhere down there that they sell kits for the Freightliner Classic, and I think it's $500 a door. But now they actually sell the glass, so they'll sell you the glass for like 200. You get both pieces, driver's side and passenger side, but you have to pay another $80 for shipping, so it's like $300. So I'm going to go ahead and order that glass and get that glass here. But meanwhile, I had to have something in that door, so I got a acrylic. I got some acrylic and cut it down and put it up in that door. But I had to rebuild that door anyway because the door handle was broken, the latch was wore out, and the panel was flapping around. It was just, the door was falling apart. And with AJ, AJ is not a kid that knows finesse, and he's pretty hard on everything. And so I knew that not only did I have to put in a bunk and get that ready for him, but I also had to get that door that could endure him getting in and out of it. So it was important to fix the door. So yeah, I made sure I got that done too.
Right. So that if you watched last night's video,
and I finally got my brake pads for my red Harley. I waited 2 months for those. They got lost in the mail, and so I need, so I want to ride my red bike. It's my favorite, the one with the ape arms, handlebars. I like it. I like riding it, but it didn't have any brakes, so I got some brake pads for it.
So like the shirts,
I heard them falling over here. That's what brought that.
Like the shirts, it took forever for those brake pads to come. But
yeah, because Amazon will ship stuff through the postal service, and anytime they use the postal service, you may not get your product.
So if you watched last night's video, the acrylic, the plexiglass, that is just temporary. That is just temporary. And now you have a pattern. You have the plexiglass pattern.
Yeah. Now that I got it shaped, but I don't. I could go get another one cut. Well, what I decided to do was just order that glass that they already have made for those trucks. You know, this Mexican outfit down there in Arizona that makes that kit. They're the ones that came up with the design. And actually, they came up with it a long time ago. I remember seeing it a couple of decades ago when, so but anyway, so yeah, they don't just sell the kit, but now they sell the glass all by itself. And that's all I need is the glass.
But then the extra stuff will just be extra stuff, right? If you buy the
I'm not buying the kit.
Oh, okay.
The kit is $500 per door.
Okay.
but they make just the glass, and you can get the glass for $200 plus $80 shipping.
Okay. All right. Oh, I'm glad you have that. But Stephen did practice on the other piece. I mean, you did a practice piece where you did okay on the other piece. You
Well,
practiced.
yeah, I wanted to make sure that I could take a grinder to it before I destroyed a $200 glass.
Right, right. So Glenn Miller, I mean, it's Glenn Hunter, Glenn Miller. I always think of Glenn Miller, the band director, but because I like Glenn Miller music, Glenn Hunter is
So, how did your
Glenn Miller has
test come out there, Mr. Glenn?
Yeah, he's already left the conversation.
Oh, I was going to ask him because he had to have an X-ray done on his chest.
Okay, so yeah, he's already left. He said he had to go. So, does AJ have a phone, a tablet, or something to entertain
my
him?
sleeves got repoed.
Your sleeves.
Yeah. It says my sleeves got repoed.
Oh. Okay. So that was from Holly. Stephen likes sleeveless shirts. He and he looks good in sleeveless shirts. He does. Does AJ have a phone, a tablet, or something to entertain him while he'll be riding in the truck with you? So answer the question.
What was that?
Does AJ have a phone, a tablet, or something to entertain him while he'll be riding in the truck?
Yeah. He has all that.
Yeah, but he'll be doing schooling. He'll be doing online schooling too.
Yeah.
So
he likes to sit in the window and just take it in. He likes looking out the window. He'll get up on his bunk and open the window and just watch outside. He's really intrigued by the countryside.
So Holly was like something about a glass cutter. You usually use a glass cutter on glass.
No. Well, I didn't. I was using a grinder.
But that worked for practice. So.
I only had to take a 1/16 of an inch off, and with a glass cutter, it's kind of hard to take a 1/16 of an inch off of glass. My experience, because it's right on the edge. Imagine a 1/16 of an inch. That's taking that much off of glass, and that's not too easy. Somebody that's good at it and has done it a whole lot, I imagine they could probably do it all day long, but it's not my profession. And anyway, so it didn't work out for me.
All right. Well, are there any more specific questions? Somebody was asking about this robe. I did not steal this robe from a hotel. I did not. Yeah. At the very beginning of the live, at the very beginning, we've been live for 2 hours, and we were talking about this robe. So I like to shop at secondhand stores. I like to shop at consignment shops, Goodwill, secondhand stores, and so I paid $3 for this robe the other day. And so somebody swiped it from a hotel. Somebody did, because it looks like a hotel robe. It says guest. Somebody swiped it. And
no, this is for the guest.
Oh,
that's what that means. That's the guest.
But I like your tactfully acquired from. So no.
I asked her the same thing.
He did. He said, "Where did you steal that robe?" That's what he said. He said, "Where did you steal that robe?" But no, I paid $3 for this, and it's a terry cloth. And it's really nice. I like it. It's nice and warm. And
yeah, it's just like.
But somebody swiped it from a hotel and then sold it.
Well, it could have been a hotel that went out of business.
Or a spa or something.
I mean, it looks brand new.
It is brand new. I mean, and I got it for like $3.
It does. Even the gold isn't frayed.
Yeah,
so
see, it's all.
You can tell it's a brand new robe.
So anyway, so I did not steal it or swipe it. I paid $3 for it. So.
But I thought the same exact thing when I saw it. I was like, well, where did you steal that from?
Right. I've been going to hotels and you didn't know about it. So.
Yeah. Had that cat sign on your back, huh?
Oh my goodness! You have just ruined that T-shirt. So I had a T-shirt that had a dollar sign on it. If it's from Mar-a-Lago, you get a pass. Oh yeah. I guess you could say it came from Mar-a-Lago.
I would imagine Mar-a-Lago actually says Mar-a-Lago. What's it say back there?
It just says guest on it.
Doesn't say nothing back there.
Wouldn't that be cool though if it was from Mar-a-Lago? Wouldn't that be cool?
It just says the Hilton.
Oh, does it say the Hilton on it?
Let me see.
Does it say that? But we're doing an examination on this robe.
It says Cerulean. Cerulean Venin. Made in Mexico. Medium.
So anyway, but that would be fun if it came from Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago. Wouldn't that be fun? But anyway, I had on a t-shirt. Now, Stephen, I gotta go get the t-shirt. I gotta go.
No,
get the t-shirt.
don't do that.
Well,
don't.
Okay, well, Stephen ruined a favorite
But
t-shirt.
anyway, it's starting to rain, and
is it raining again?
It's starting to rain again, and the guests are getting lonely. So
Stephen,
I think I'll check in and visit the guests for a little while, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you all for hanging out with us here, and if y'all had any questions that you wanted to ask, what was going on with the Big Belly and family, this was the time to do it. And y'all have a wonderful day wherever you are. Have lots of fun with your guests. God bless, and later.
Bye, everybody. Have a good one.